And if you tick him off, he's going to send you an email.
Show you what it's going to do to a system. It's like people. It's like the Center for Disease Control. They have to have their collective diseases. That doesn't mean that they're going to bring them out and have to infect everybody, but
you have to come
that's
to every
a better way
meeting
to
from now on.
understand.
But it's generally those individuals who are mostly interested in helping others.
Right.
Although, or they might be in the business and they want to use that as a diagnostic tool. They want to know exactly what's under the hood. And what other tools? The whole thing is, what other tools are you using? We have diagnostics, we have fixed tools, we have the scripts you're talking about sometimes. So there's that, it's the Band-Aid committee out there handling those brand new infections. We've submitted the samples to all the AV vendors, all the anti-spyware, and we got to wait a little bit for them to digest it, detect it, and figure out how to remove it automatically, and that's not always possible. It's not always possible. Sometimes there are multiple processes that are constantly changing in the milliseconds. Just to, if you kill this one pops up, So you have the Band-Aid committee out there, which can handle those that either can't be removed by a program if the computer's already fully infected with it, or the brand new stuff coming in. And a lot of these security forums, within a day, will have instructions up on how to remove this. Especially the rogue and the fake spyware that's so prevalent right now. That's mostly what we're seeing. And those are brand new, and they've already got a tutorial up. Bleeping Computer is great. Geeks to Go often has some self-help tutorials already written on how to remove XYZ, but you have to be careful. Use a well-known site because, like I say, the bad guys know this too. So what they have done is they've got that file entered into Google. So if somebody Googles this suspicious file, they're going to come to my site and I'm going to have them download my program, and it's going to find all this stuff and it's going to say, okay, and I can remove it for $25.99.
That's why a lot of times I use Symantec. The Symantec.
Is that your friend? She just described a friend?
Yeah.
Signal viruses.
But yeah, I mean, try to use well-known sites. Semantic, great. You know that name? Go there.
Yeah, because they have very, very good information as to describing what something is, how to manually remove it, or they would use how to remove it. So yeah. I found that
and
would be pretty
Microsoft
helpful.
too. They've really done a great job with their information. So any of those sites, McAfee, Trend Micro, Lavasoft, Spybot has a forums with helping people in there, and he has some very nice tools too, free tools for
I'm
diagnosing.
still surprised that's one person.
Huh?
I'm still surprised that's one person.
Oh,
This is
well,
crazy.
he has employees.
Does he?
Yeah.
And so if all of these different companies that have these resources, do you ever find that they have such an overlap that maybe it might be better if they started to maybe cooperate and share resources instead of, because the amount of time and money it would take to do that, I would think it'd be better to share the resources than.
They do.
Oh, they do that.
Yeah. And there's some of these organizations, coalitions, are these people working together because we are all confronting the same enemy and we're all having the same problem.
So you don't have just the same information, just copied twice, or without one realizing that. Because I know sometimes some tools you can't just install one; you have to install 4 because maybe one will cover a certain area, and then the other area that the other one covers, and then there's some overlap.
Yeah.
It seems to be that type of situation.
And that's why people do use like multiple spyware scanners because they're so complicated.
Right.
And the removal is so complicated. Like I say, sometimes they're booby trapped to damage Windows in some way. If you try to remove it wrong, boom.
Right.
Changing tracks just a little bit. The recent problem that has cropped up with the auto run and has caused the U.S. government pretty much to issue an edict that says no external USB external drives or anything of that nature will be plugged into any of our equipment. How long do you see this lasting? Is it going to be you think that this vector is going to be shut down
It
relatively
never
easily?
really went away. It's just becoming more prevalent because people are using more.
Yeah.
I mean, they're cheap and they're neat, and gee, I can just plug this in. They don't realize. But like I say, it's old.
Yeah, it's just really popped up recently and gotten really bad. I guess because
gotten a lot
somebody
of press.
decided to use that as a new vector, and I was just wondering if you had heard anything other. You know, realistically, a lot of it's social engineering to get it to work.
Yes.
But have you heard of anything that is in the works that would possibly help cut that vector down?
No, I don't know personally.
Okay, just wondering.
Well, your protection software, you know, if it's detected, it should stop it.
If that has to maybe come from the hardware vendor, maybe they'll have to come up with a solution to fix that.
Just checking. I didn't know if you'd heard anything.
No, I mean, that's the safety thing, is just to not allow it.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I just don't use the interweb anymore.
Yeah.
But it's just like they're using any method they can. Whether it's exploits, whether it's social engineering, going for the USB drives.
Yeah, again, the USB drive just replaced the floppy disk.
Exactly,
It's
because
a
we have
folder transmitting.
you know, that's the same trick as opening an
Yeah.
email.
See, nobody ever got a virus using punch cards.
But they won't run on your
I heard about punch cards earlier when she first brought that up. I just thought you and I'd be the only person laughing.
For most people, the recommended methods of keeping your operating system up to date with Windows updates.
That's
Run
one on Twitter.
a current version and an updated version of antivirus software, anti-spyware, and a firewall, and use some common sense. Don't let it. Here's another one. You know, don't let everybody use your computer. And I see this a lot. They'll loan it to the neighbor, the laptop. You know, the teenager needs to do some homework. Well, here, just use my laptop. Here's my password, and it's admin. You know, the computer comes back totally wasted with malware, and they wonder why. Well, you know, there's controls in place for a reason. But the P2P downloaders, P2P programs, even if you've got a safe one that doesn't contain spyware, all that stuff you're downloading, about half of that is infected. I mean, that's where the malware authors go. And they release those cool titles to entice you to download them and run it. You know? So if you don't know what you're doing, now there are some people who do know what they're doing and they can protect themselves, but for the most part, letting a 12-year-old or saying, hey, this is my son who's 34, his brother-in-law, someone introduced him to, hey, you can get all these songs for free, what are you doing? So he goes out there and he downloaded all this neat music, good music. But boy, was that an infected computer. And he had no clue. No clue that those files are mostly infected and they have an attractive title for a reason.
I beg and plead with people to stop using LimeWire or these peer-to-peer clients for free music, and I tell them that this is like a primary avenue for transmitting viruses. You can't. They want free music.
I told you not to tell him even. That's just messed up. Exploiting confidence.
The other legal troubles they can get into.
Well, exactly.
Even
That's
that
the other
aside, I mean, even viruses aside.
Yeah, you could be persecuted for it because it's illegal, but, you know, I would tell them, don't put anything, my son's brother-in-law, I said, you know, if you're going to keep doing that, just don't put anything important on the computer. And then I told my son, don't let him on your computer at all, don't let him near it.
Yeah.
Lock it up, sign off, get out of it, and he's dangerous.
Don't take any free music.
But you're paranoid.
Absolutely. And the problem you have a lot of times is in a family household situation. And a lot of these people are not running the kids as limited user accounts. Why? Well, they can't play games. And they can't download all that stuff.
And they can't install those fun little